Hey everyone, it's Jessica with another video for Peartree Cutfiles design team, and this month I'm using the Outdoorsy type, which is part of the Pearscription for this month. So I have already cut my cut file in some textured black cardstock, and then I just pulled out a piece of white textured cardstock, and I'm going to use a Vicki Boutin stencil here just with my blending brush and some black Soot Distress Oxide. So I'm basically just blending on some of that ink onto my paper over top of that stencil to get that stencil design. Usually whenever I stencil, I like to tape off the edges with some pixie tape so I don't accidentally get any on my paper that runs off of my stencil, but I just wanted to get some stenciling on here quickly, and I didn't feel like being particularly careful about this layout, if that makes sense, because I'm going to actually add some splatters and grunge this up a bit anyways, so it doesn't really matter to me if I get any overspill. So I do have a little bit on there, but as you can see here, I'm just going to add a whole bunch of splatters anyways, so I didn't particularly care if it went over top of my stencil or outside the edges. So here I'm just flicking on some watered down black Soot Distress Oxide, and I am just kind of watering it down. I just stamped it onto my glass mat, watered it down with my paintbrush, and then I just kind of flick it on there to add those splatters. So here's my photograph that I'm going to be using of me and my baby girl while we were camping, and it goes perfectly with this cut file that says the Outdoorsy type. And I have already backed it with some of this textured white cardstock, and then I am using a border punch here. I think that one's by We Are Memory Keepers, if I remember right, and it's just kind of a lacy, doily kind of edge, so I am just adding that to the top of this pattern paper by Hip Kit Club. I think this is the June kit, if I remember right, June or July 2023. And I'm just adding it right to the top of that pattern paper, and I'm going to glue my cut file directly to it. So I'm not actually, I guess, physically backing this cut file today. I'm just going to glue it directly down to my paper and let it be just how it is. I just really liked that lacy part and kind of the double papers there behind my cut file, so I'm just going to let that shine. I'm just ripping this apart. I'm just going to use a section of this, so I just want this one little piece here with this ripped edge, and then I'm going to add a second one underneath just for some layering. So I'm going to finish backing this first, or adding my little middle pieces before I move on. So I just pull the negative off of the cut file sheet there, and then add my middles to all of my letters using my Nuvo glue and tweezers. And then I'm just going to add my layering here to this ripped piece of paper with another one of the pattern papers out of the kit. I'm just doing the same thing here, so I'm just ripping the edge and just roughing it up with my fingers a little bit. So that's going to give it that little distressed feel. And then I thought my photo needed another layer as well, so I'm using, again, that pink wood grain paper just to back my photo with again. And it's really hard to see. It's hard to see on the layout. It's hard to see in the photographs, but it's definitely there. It's really light, so it's just hard to see it. And then I pulled out a couple of my Ellie Studio tag dies and ran them through my Big Shot. So I made these cute little tags to put layers in behind my photos. I love to use tags for layering. I think it's a great way to get some dimension in your layouts, and it just adds some interest. So here I really like this little border sticker, but I wanted it on both sides of my photo, and I didn't want to use the whole thing. So I'm just cutting it apart in the middle, and then I'm going to add it to both sides of my photo because it'll make it look like it goes the whole way across the page behind my photo there, but you'll never be able to tell that it only goes a portion of the way. So there's both sides of that. They're stuck down. I went ahead and cut the branding strip off the top of my paper, and then I am going to place my photo back down here. I'm just digging through. I pulled out some of the die cut pieces out of the kit, and I love this little camera. It's just so adorable. I really like the lantern too, but I thought it covered up a little more than I wanted to, but I ended up pulling out something else and putting it in that same spot. So just pulling out different bits and pieces that I think I want to use. I really liked the effect here of these little phrases hanging off of the cut file, so I'm gonna glue those down there. And then I really liked these little chipboard phrases, so I'm pulling off a few of those, and I'm going to scatter them throughout my layout on top of my stenciling. And then I really like this kit. It comes with these cute little fabric stickers, which I don't end up using any on this layout. It comes with some rub-ons there that I just showed in black and gold, and these are the fabric stickers. And then it comes with all these little sticker sheets, which if you guys have watched my videos before, you know that I've talked about Simple Stories and how much I love their sticker books because they're just jam-packed with so many things, and you can get so many layouts out of these sticker books. So I just really love them, and I love that Hip Kit included this in one of their kits. It's just great. So I am pulling off a few little sticker embellishments. I've popped that map sticker there beside my photo, and I'm gonna go ahead and glue down these tags with my ATG gun. Just sticking that one directly to my photo and kind of working from the back side of the photo there, and then I'm just going to pop my photo down, and I'm going to leave these tags stick up off my layout at the top a little bit because I love dimension in my books, and I just really love the way that it looks whenever you look at the top of your scrapbook from the binding and see all those little layers sticking out of the top. I just absolutely love it. I think it's the best thing ever, and it just makes me so happy. So I need to put more things at the top of my pages to kind of overhang so that I have that dimension at the top of my books, because I just love the way it looks. And it's not going to get wrinkled or crumpled or anything like that because the actual cover of the scrapbook sticks out much higher than that. So I just like the way it looks. It just looks really cool whenever you pull out a scrapbook and you see all those little fun things hanging out. Kind of reminds me of a Paige Evans album because her little mini albums always have fun little ribbons and trims and things hanging out and off the top and the sides, and I just love the way that that looks. I think it's so cute. So here I am just adding a few more stickers and embellishments. I'm going to go ahead and glue down all of my little chipboard pieces with my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. That's the liquid adhesive. And I'm just going to continue sticking everything down and building up this layout. So I'm actually going to set that aside and move all those die cuts out of the way and do a little bit of stamping, not a ton. I've pulled out my Archival ink, it's black, and a couple of my stamping blocks, and I'm just stamping this cute little box here for some journaling, and I'm going to add this little arrow in some Saltwater Taffy, and then I'm just gonna write a little journaling piece in there that says drool and all, because my title is the Outdoorsy type, and then as you can see in my photo, my baby girl is drooling something awful because she was getting teeth at the time, so I'm gonna write drool and all in that little box. So if you hear my kids, they are in the background playing and having a good time, so they're being a little bit crazy today. Already this morning, man, it's 8 o'clock in the morning and they're already at it and playing with their barn and just crazy all over the place. So here I pulled out some sequins by Spiegelbaum Scraps, and I am just going to add those all over my layout just to give it some bling. I absolutely love this orangey color. It's kind of my favorite color, or something similar. I think Rust is the actual name of my favorite color. It's kind of that brownish orangey color. It's just beautiful and I just love it. I have a couple shirts in that color and it's just so pretty. So here I did some stamping on our camper on the picture itself, and then I just added that little thing in the middle. So that's gonna finish this one up. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this today, and I hope I've inspired you to create something beautiful and get those supplies out and start using them. And I'll link everything below for you so you can grab anything. And thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye bye.